Okay, it has arrived the expected moment of opening the pitch for the startups, and we are going to start with the pitch of sustainable and energy startups. For this, we have the pleasure of having here with us Jim Totti from Viridis Capital. Jim has been a private markets investor in sustainable focused companies and infrastructure for 20 years after a prior career in advisory and academia. He has worked in sectors such as sustainable energy, energy efficiency, clean industry, agriculture, water, and mobility. And he's going to give you the feedback about your speeches. So it's important that you know that you have 5 minutes, each one of you. I think that you know that, but it's important that you fit to this time. I have here the counter, so I can tell you when you are arriving to the end. And we can start right now. I don't know if you want to make a little introduction or we
I think
go on.
Let's start.
Okay, then let's start with Xavier Font. He's co-founder and development director from Alternity. Xavier, you're here, so go on. You know, 5 minutes. I have here the counter, and I can tell you when you. Here.
Okay. So hello everybody. Thank you very much for coming. I'm Xavier Safon from Alternity, and today I'm going to talk about sustainable lithium batteries. So first of all, lithium batteries are present. Bloomberg, among others, says that this market will grow up during the next years. But you need to know that lithium as a raw material, as a source, it's a limited source. So another thing that you need to know is that most of the manufacturers are manufacturing lithium batteries in linear economy philosophy. What does it mean exactly? That means that they manufacture the battery, then they sell it to the customer, and after that, when the battery is over, the battery is disposed. So if we mix this scenario, if the demand will grow up and with this kind of philosophy, linear economy philosophy, that means that millions of batteries will pile up in our dumpers. So Alternity want to solve this problem with a battery based on circular economy philosophy. And exactly that means that our battery since the beginning are ready to be remanufactured and also to have a second life. So how it works exactly? We manufacture the battery to our customers. Then when the battery is over, the battery come back to Alternity and we remanufacture that battery. To remanufacture that battery means to get back the 100% of autonomy, but reducing the cost up to 40% comparing to a new one. Exactly, when we remanufacture a battery, we get out the old cells and we put a new ones. With the old cells, with our process, from the waste that we generate, we can manufacture lithium battery packs of second life. With our battery packs of second life, we can use it, we can sell it to other customers to another kind of application with less stress. Let me explain a little bit how it works in an example. Before, this customer of this workstation that has a battery can follow a linear economy philosophy. They use the battery, and when the battery was over, they dispose it. Now, they have this co-designed battery. When the battery is over, the battery come back to Alternity and we remanufacture it. We reduce cost because the cost of the new one is expensive than the remanufactured one. And with the waste that we generate in this process, we can manufacture battery packs of second life with another kind of application, in this case, photovoltaic systems. We are doing this in 3 markets, in electric mobility, in industrial machinery, and also in energy storage. We have many solutions for different kinds of manufacturers. We can develop each solution to each customer. We understand the needs of the customers, and we develop the best solution for them. Our company was founded in October 2018. Nowadays, we can say that we are 30 employees to achieve the objectives of this 2022. Since we start Alternity, we are focused to develop, to confirm that our idea is something that people need. After validate that, we develop our technology and we test it with our potential customers. And after that, this 2022 is the most important year for us. Is the time to scale our solutions, to try to internalize our batteries to our customers, and grow as a company. So thank you very much for all, and I hope you enjoyed.
Great. Oh, thank you very much for an excellent presentation. So you're addressing one of the great unsolved market problems, as you say. The battery economy at the moment is very linear. The end-of-life issues have not been addressed. So I think in terms of the market opportunity, you're addressing a very large market. I would love to see in your presentation perhaps one example of a beachhead market. You showed some big sectors across the mobility space. It would be good to pick one example and perhaps just give us some tangibility as your first customer or your first few customers as to how you will penetrate that chosen beachhead market. That would be.
Are you asking about the size of the market?
Not the size, no, an example, a bottom-up example of a customer in one of the big market opportunities that you saw. It would be good just to have a case study.
A customer that can scale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of them is vehicles of motorbikes, for example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we sell the battery. We understand first of all the requirements of that battery,
mm-hmm.
the power of the motor, the electric motor, then the inverter, the performance of the inverter, and then we develop exactly the best battery for him.
Okay.
Then, when we give the battery, they sell the product to the customer, and when the battery is over, they come back to us, and we remanufacture it, and we sell it again, but reducing the cost. The battery, the point is, most of the times are the component that is the most expensive component. Mm-hmm. So to reduce cost in that component is very important for the customers, because it's a lot of money in comparing a new one to a remanufactured one. And then the customer, the history of the customer ends here. But with the waste that we generate doing that remanufacturing, we can manufacture another batteries with this raw material that we generate. We convert waste to value, mm-hmm. and we can build that battery pack for another kind of customers with another application.
Okay. And I guess I have one final comment, is it would just be helpful to see what percentage degradation level you're thinking in the first life before you then do the remanufacturing process. Just give us a sense of how far the battery performance would degrade.
How many years?
Yeah, or a percentage degradation.
The percentage, it depends of the use. Because mm-hmm. if we are talking in the case of that workstation that I talked before, mm-hmm. the degradation, it's very high because they are working 24/7 every day. So the degradation, it's super fast, and mm-hmm. in less than 1 year, probably we are remanufacturing. Okay. But another kind of applications that would use another chemistries that have more life, mm-hmm. probably we could be like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, okay. at the end. But also the solution to get the manufactured battery give us the chance to increase the chemistry, the performance of the cells that we put in the second remanufacturing point. You know, it's interesting to do that.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you very much. It's a great presentation and a really exciting opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xavier. You have hit the time. So the following presentation is from Stefano Melchior. He's the CEO of Bchain AI. I say it all right. AI Technologies. I don't know, where are you? Melchior? Stefano Melchior?
Actually, I'm remotely because I'm in Victoria.
Wait a minute, because we are not. We need to see him here. Wait a minute. It's not discounting the time.
Good.
Okay, we can see you now. Welcome, and you have 5 minutes, so it's your time.
Thank you so much, and sorry for not being in presence with the audience. My name is Stefano. I'm the CEO of Bchain. Bchain is the smart energy intelligence for sustainable purpose businesses. Before COVID-19, in Europe, the service sector used to spend 70 billion euros for energy. More than 50% of the installations were inefficient due to obsolescence or a lack of intelligence to govern consumption. In the last year, businesses suffer of an increase of the energy cost more than 200%, and you can't even imagine the extra million to be budgeted by energy-intensive consumers. On top of that, the conflict in Ukraine made it even worse as the market became unstable and the supply of natural gas difficult. The effect on the environment has become critical because the grid operator, those accountable to keep the grid balance, still heavily rely on fossil fuel power plants to compensate unexpected peak moment. So now the time is over. We need to change. And Bchain as a solution for these intensive energy consumers to reduce recurrent inefficiency in the production processes, up to 19.5%. It connects and controls each individual device with a digital twin that cuts CO2 emission by driving down unproductive consumption. So this consumer can drive voluntary containment to compensate for this peak grid from demand side, delivering a positive effect on the environment. And our ultimate goal is to avoid 1 million tons of CO2 per year. It's here in Spain, and we can scale up to Europe or worldwide with a much more avoidance. So we provide that solution, for instance, with the logistic hub in 3 easy steps. Submetering to measure the consumption and the emission. Then to optimize the consumption with artificial intelligence, which is our secret source. Then we even voluntary curtailment and price governance to discriminate efficiency based on source price. We differentiate us for our digital twin, the intelligence to automatize the structured delivery to generate efficiency, but without disrupting production output and continuity. This makes business as usual easy for the business owner to set it and forget it and save money continuously with a return on investment of 1 year. Our business model is a software as a service for B2B businesses where we make money through a setup cost and a monthly fee for the platform usage. Our current industry competition are made of big enterprises. Their legacy solutions are based on load shedding or supply interruption. But this poses a risk the production continuity. On the other hand, we have a more nimble solution that deploys automatic decision-making for the production plan based on actual consumption measurement with a low infrastructure cost. So that's why we have a return on investment on 1 year. Our team, we have a team of 4 engineers with more than 45-year experience in the energy space. We are recognized among the top exponential leaders in Catalonia and one of the top innovative startups in Spain. There are a lot of other companies trusting in us, like Danfoss and Tubos Reunidos, and LG Nova, the moonshot of the LG Electronic, and the logistic hub that I cannot disclose the name so far. And the other interested in us, as you can see. We are also fundraising 1 million seed fund to grow organically, having that projection of revenues, considering that 39% is our ratio of EBITDA over revenues, and we have so far raised from forced payment fund, it means bootstrapping and loan debt up to 132,000 euros. So at the end of this presentation, if you want a greener, more sustainable and equitable energy system and logistics system, who do you call? we would like to set up a call with you. Just do it. Thank you so much.
Great. Stefano, thank you very much for a great presentation, and you've got a very exciting product. I have to say I was particularly struck by the 1 year payback period. That's very impressive. Can you perhaps give us an example of a real situation where you demonstrated that 1 year payback period?
Yes. First of all, why 1 year payback? Because we, as I said before, we used to set up a scheme of revenues based on a setup cost to install the technology, and then a recurrent based on monthly fee. And that monthly fee has also an advantage. The more you avoid or the more you save money, the more we are paid. That is why this is one of the reasons of this 1 year ROI. The second one is the low investment, low infrastructure investment. This means that, let me say, the example of a steel manufacturer. We asked the steel manufacturer to install smart meter to submetering all the devices in a production lane. This means a 300 euro cost for about 30 submeter, which is absolutely affordable for that big company with the 90 mega watt power. And then we analyze all of the process along their production in order to identify up to, if I remember well, 80% cost reduction. This means a lot of money for them.
Okay.
And they can pay back in a very, very short term. The bigger the company, the more they consume, the shorter the term of the payment.
Okay. Well, thank you, Stefano. I think we need to move on now for time purposes, but you've got a very exciting technology, so thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome. Bye.
Next presentation will be given by Borja Moreno. He's a CEO from ZimCoin. It means zero emission coin. And all yours, 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm here today to talk about two things: blockchain, e-mobility, the future of a sustainable transport. I would like to play a video.
In a world where technology is advancing faster than we could ever have imagined, disruptive projects like ZimCoin are emerging, combining the power of tokenization and blockchain with the electric mobility sector. With more than 10 years of experience in the sector, ZimCoin connects electric car users in its mobile app to collect quality data and recharging experience in any public charger in Europe. Thanks to gamification, big data, and the Zim token, together we will move towards a future with emission-free transportation. Welcome to the first tokenized platform in the electric mobility industry. Welcome to ZimCoin.
Hi, I'm Borja Moreno. I'm the CEO of ZimCoin, Zero Emission Coin. And I'm going to tell you that this is a reality. There is a great team from Europe, from Spain, from different places. I'm not going to go over it, but it's a great team. What is behind? I've been since 2010 in the e-mobility sector. We installed in 2010 more than 150 chargers in Spain, and it was less than 100 cars in EVs in Spain. So, and then I had my own startups, and the last 5 years I was at EVBox, a leading company in the world for electric vehicle charging solutions. And at the beginning of the year, I set up ZimCoin. Well, we have superstars partnership with different kinds of needs. The media is talking about us, and then you know, like the e-mobility is suffering an crazy improvements and growth, because the batteries are going down a lot. The price of the parity of the cars are going to be the same next year. A combustion car than an electric car is going to be kind of the same for most of the sectors. The average came from 100 kilometers to 400 that is now, and we are going to see a massive adoption of e-mobility and charging stations around Europe. If we go to New York, we could see in 190, it was in the picture you can see here, it was 2 combustion cars and all the rest was horses. But only like 12 years later, it was 1 horse and all the rest was combustion cars. So this is what is going to happen in the next 10, 15 years. It's going to be a massive adoption. So here is what Cinco is going to do, no? So Cinco is an e-mobile app where it's like a TripAdvisor, but for the electric vehicle charging stations, public stations in Europe. So user will arrive, will give feedback about the chargers, and we will give them as a prize Cinco. There is a zero-emission coin. It's a cryptocurrency with a digital. It has its money, so you can swap it for Bitcoin or whatever. So the user, whenever they give feedback, they will earn our token, no? Then we'll get all this big data. We will give it to all the CPO, charging point operators, and mobility service providers to improve their customer experience. We want to become the standard payment in Europe. We are launching our app in a few weeks. The token will be public in September in the blockchain of Polygon, and it will be public, so every one of you will be able to buy it. Here you can see, so the user comes to our app, or white label app, then he gives big data feedback, then he gets tokens in rewards. We provide the big data to the players. We buy tokens to do it at the fractionary model, and then the user can use the tokens to pay for energy, to rent an EV, to buy an electric vehicle charging station for his house. We are closing agreement with different partners to use the token, no? We have done a distribution. We have 100 million tokens to launch it, and 60% are for the community. 30% are for DeFi, decentralized finance, like to doing farming, staking, and generating passive incomes. And 30% are for these EV drivers that they will get these rewards whenever they do give feedback. So right now, we are in a private sale stage. We already got almost 600K investment in tokens, so it's not equity. We are going to go up. We would like to go up to 1 million, 1.5 million until in the next few months. And next year, around March, April, we will close a big round with equity investment round to grow all around Europe, because this year we start in Spain. Well, I hope it was clear. Okay, good.
Thank you much. Thank you very much for a great presentation. I have one question, which is, how do you defend your position? What's the barrier to entry for others trying to come up with a similar product?
I think the competition is good. So, but the reality is that we have competition, but they are also EMSP. They sell energy. So it's very difficult for them, because they also get a lot of data. But it's very difficult to them to sell this data to CPOs like Iberdrola or whatever, because they are competitors. But we are not competitors, because we are not selling energy, you know? So we're just providing data. So yeah, I mean, you can have competitors, but the point is not the idea, is to make it happen, you know? And be the best one, so yeah, it's okay.
Great, well, Borja, thank you very much. It's a great presentation.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, Borja. And now it's time for Jose Manuel Juan, he's CEO of Gandulab. Welcome, and you can come up.
Thank you.
All yours.
Thanks. So good morning, everyone. I'm Jose from Gandulab. I'm co-founder and CEO of the company. We are a small startup. We just launched some months ago. And before I talk about it, I would like you to think, to imagine when you guys are on the highway, you see a lot of trucks, right? A lot of lorries, and you see that they are driven by people, of course. They're usually alone. All drivers are usually alone. And this is causing trouble in general on their lives. Actually, they spend around 70 hours of working time per week, from which 56 are in the truck driving, of course, in a very lonely way, right? They also receive 8 calls, phone calls per order, per transport order, many emails, many WhatsApp messages, and so on. And all these tasks are making their resting periods are very, very inefficient. That means that the stress of the whole experience is very bad. And the fatigue that this is causing is the main cause of truck accidents in Europe. On the other hand, on the cheaper side, on the ports and terminal side, there's scarce visibility. We don't know. We are able to get one pizza to our house very easily, but it's very difficult to track a truck nowadays. And as a whole, there's a lot of problems on that type of on these areas. Gandulab is a virtual companion that, via a mobile app, provides that type of automation and to drivers, and also a digitization of the whole communications and operations from that side. It is actually based on voice assistance, so it's like a Siri, or Google Assistant, but for drivers. And the whole point is that the drivers only uses his or her voice to interact with the whole world, right? With the whole ecosystem, with the whole supply chain. There are recommendations as well. We provide recommendations on how to drive in a more secure way, in a more sustainable way, and to interact with with customers and so on. 7 levers of on-route system, training, coaching, work organization, and so on. Just to give you an idea, it costs around 6% of cost of a truck are related to commercialization and work organization. We're talking about 8,000 to 12,000 euros per year. And also some support on sustainability. What is the essence? It's basically that the driver needs to drive and needs to just go straight and see the route, right? We are giving them the option to feel that they have someone sitting next to them, which is our app, and providing all the type of virtual company and to interact with the whole ecosystem. Just to give you a few numbers, so the road transportation in Europe is 350 billion, and it's growing on 7% basis for the next 5 years. Our TAM Samsung is, so we have 3 million drivers in Europe. We wanted to focus first on the heavy goods drivers in Spain, so we're talking about 200,000 drivers, which is 12% of that. For us, it's very important the 56 hours that they spend on the truck, because we can add content on that sense. We have a segmentation so we are able to monetize via the driver itself, but also a transport operator, providing this type of services to drivers, and also a company that manufactures cargo and has their own fleet. So we expect on the third fiscal year to have around almost 7,000 users. We expect for next quarter, so we are on an MVP basis right now. We are on trial basis with users right now, and we expect for the next quarter to have a pre-seed investment round of 150,000 euros at this point, with an equity of 50%. Basically, the company was co-founded by Carlos and myself. So Carlos provides his PhD in robotics, in intralogistics. So he's been in the sector for 15 years already. And of course, software development and so on. And I provide 17 years of experience in the supply chain and logistics business as a whole. So the combination of our knowledges that's how we have developed the app so far. So that's a little bit. Thank you very much. I don't have the time here, so I don't know if I have any time left. So yeah, thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Jose. I would love to know more about the sustainability and the carbon dioxide savings you talked about. Can you give us some idea of quantifying those savings?
Yes, Jim. Actually, what we are including in the app is that we are able to receive the transport order, which includes, weight of the cargo and number of pallets and so on. We also have access with the sensors of the mobile itself from the driver. With all this, the way that the driver is driving and how, the behavior as well. And we also have access to the route, like kilometers and so on, and weather. So we calculate the footprint of that cargo specifically so that the driver understands the impact, but also the manufacturer or the receiver. And also we provide some advices, like, for instance, if you are in a highway, and we know already that there is congestion 5 kilometers away, then we provide information about that, something like, do not drive so fast because in 5 kilometers you will be stuck in traffic. So it's basic recommendation on that sense. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. That's a great presentation.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Jose Manuel. And now it's time for another online pitch. We have on the screen Venkat Sriram, and he's CEO and founder from Clearquad. We have here him. So whenever you want, 5 minutes. Venkat, do you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Sure, thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is Venkat. I'm founder and CEO at Clearquad. Sorry I couldn't be there in person, and thanks for the opportunity. Our mission at Clearquad is to make vehicle inspections simple, efficient, and accurate. And you might ask, who cares about vehicle inspections?
Perdona.
It turns out a lot of people do. Vehicle inspections happen for a variety of use cases, rental, car sharing, used car inspections, commercial fleets, insurance, and also if you look at a vehicle from factory to dealer, even before you get a new car handed over to a customer, there are probably 15 to 20 inspections that happen. And all of this is largely manual. And we estimate about 4 billion inspections happen every year. And because it's manual, there's a fair amount of spend in this. What we're trying to do is make this more automated. The area that we've decided to focus on is starting with commercial fleets and provide a way to efficiently inspect vehicles using computer vision. Why commercial fleets? Because LCV fleets usage has been increasing over the last few years, driven by last mile deliveries, especially for e-commerce and last mile deliveries. Fleet condition assessment is a challenge for fleet operators because when you have multiple drivers, there are handovers, and it is very difficult to track the condition of a vehicle remotely without spending manual effort. It's one of the biggest challenges for fleet managers in a recent survey in the UK, which is knowing the vehicle condition. Cost of repairs and downtime, again, given supply shortages of vehicles, cost of repairs and downtime is quite expensive for fleet owners. So what we do is we provide an app that can be used to inspect vehicles where you can scan a vehicle using your smartphone, and we capture images or videos and process that to identify the condition of the vehicle automatically. I can give you a quick demo of the product via video. I'll skip through the video quickly. So the way it would work is you walk around the vehicle, capture images, and this can be done by the drivers. And this is when a driver receives a vehicle, they capture these images. And what we do is we automatically process these images to identify the condition of the vehicle. And when the user returns the vehicle, if there are any damages in the vehicle, they are automatically identified. That's what our app does. And you have an option to compare what was the status of the vehicle before. So fleet managers know every time new damages get identified. So they can see what was the condition before and what is the condition after. that's a quick overview of how the product works. Going back to my presentation. So what we do is we look at damages across the vehicle exteriors, and we have an app that can be used by drivers. We also have that can also be done on a web application and a mobile application. We do comparison. We offer this in the form of an app as well as APIs and SDK. Ultimately, this one less thing for fleet owners to worry about is vehicle condition. So as it increases accountability and transparency, then damages also go down. That's what we've seen with our customers. We are a company largely based in India. Our engineering team is based in India. I myself am based in the UK. My co-founder Sharat, both of us got together a couple of years ago and started this business. This is our second venture, and we primarily come from complementary backgrounds. My background is primarily in the auto space. My founder comes from a technology background. We've got advisors helping us in various parts of the business, starting with business development in Europe as well as on the computer vision side. We have customers in India in early stages in Europe, and one case study I want to specifically cover is a logistics company that we've been working with over the last 6 months in Spain. So this is their feedback based on usage of our product, how it has reduced their damage costs by 20%, reduced the downtime by 14%. Also, they're able to reduce cost of repairs when they rent out vehicles from third parties. We've raised very little money so far. That's something that we are proud of. We've raised less than 100K, and including Davis Budget Group as an early investor. And what we are currently looking for is help in being able to establish our presence in the EU and acquire customers. So potential customers who are interested in using our product, trialing our product, we'd be happy to give our product to them. That's us, Clearquad. We simplify vehicle inspections. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Venkat. That's really interesting. Can I ask, as an investor, I think about where an ultimate realization might come from. Who would be the acquirers of a business like yours in a few years' time?
So it could be, there are different possibilities. It could be Amazon, for example. They're the mother of all vans in the world. They have 2.5 million drivers and vehicles. That's one possibility. Could be a paint company like, let's say, I don't know, BASF, or somebody who has a network of workshops where this is something that helps them in their value chain. Those are potentially strategic investors that you could probably think of.
Okay, great.
Or DHL, for example, a logistics company.
Okay, great. And one final question for me. In a world going forward where autonomous vehicles are going to become more and more common, how does your product adapt to the autonomous world?
So we are looking at what we primarily do is automate visual anything that's inspected visually. We try to automate that process. So when you have autonomous vehicles, there's again condition of the vehicle, condition of parts in the vehicle that can be automated using cameras in the vehicle. So that also includes goods that go inside the vehicle. So all of that can be automated. So we want to extend our vision from currently just the exterior of the vehicle to other aspects of visual inspection in the logistics process.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you very much for your presentation. That's a really interesting product you have.
Thanks.
Great, thank you.
So thank you to everyone. And that was the last speech from Sustainable and Energy Startups. Thank you, Jim, for your advices. I think it's been really useful for all of them. And you can talk now if you want with them. You can keep on talking. I don't know if you have a final conclusion. We are 5 minutes over the time.
No, I think
it has to be short if you have.
Keep the schedule. Let's carry on.
So
with the
maybe
next
you
session.
can tell them
right.
the answers, and it will be useful as well. And now it's time for open the next pitches. There will be about e-commerce and logistics, and the first one to come up here is Hugo Mira. He's CEO from Mojito 360, and he asked to make his presentation in Spanish. So if you need to have the audition, you can with the app. And to evaluate this session, we have Josep Miquel Piqué. Josep Miquel, maybe it was your
Without
first.
clap, I cannot go inside, please.
So, clap, please. Clap
Clap.
for Josep Miquel.
Okay, good.
Come here.
This is a party or no?
He's
Okay,
from
good.
La Salle Tecnova, and he's going to give his feedback to the ponent. So
Okay,
whenever
good.
you want,
you very
remember
much.
5 minutes.
Yep.
You don't have the timer here, but you have me here
Okay.
watching you. Okay.
Bueno, muchas gracias al SIL por la oportunidad. Mi nombre es Hugo Mira, soy el CEO de Mojito 360. Imaginamos un sector logístico totalmente transparente donde todos y todos está conectado. ¿Cuál es nuestra misión? Nuestra misión es mejorar, nuestro objetivo es mejorar la vida de las personas que trabajan en los departamentos de logística, gracias a la digitalización. ¿Qué problema venimos a solventar? Al final venimos a solventar un problema evidente que es la incertidumbre que están sufriendo los grandes cargadores en su logística internacional. En un momento en el que se ha producido el encallamiento del Ever Given, los cierres de los puertos chinos, el colapso en el puerto de Los Ángeles, el caos marítimo, la subida de los fletes, esto ha puesto de relevancia que los grandes cargadores son los grandes olvidados y necesitan tener control sobre su logística internacional. Al final se da una paradoja, todo el mundo ya compramos online, compramos un cable USB, por ejemplo, y sabemos en todo momento dónde está, cuándo va a llegar, casi estamos viendo la moto, cómo nos lo están trayendo a casa. Pues bien, compramos un contenedor lleno de esos mismos cables USB y la mayor parte del tiempo ni sabemos dónde está, ni sabemos cuándo nos va a llegar. Esto es lo que venimos a solventar en Mojito 360. Queremos trasladar la experiencia Amazon al mundo del contenedor, solventar ese gap entre el B2B y el B2C, que no tiene absolutamente ningún sentido. ¿Por qué se produce esto? Bueno, la trazabilidad se produce de forma manual, la documentación se gestiona de manera eficiente. Bien, lo pongamos en números. Un exportador que mueve 4.000 contenedores, trabaja con 2 transitarias y 2 navieras, va a pasar más de 18.000 minutos buscando trazabilidad y habrá enviado y recibido más de 60.000 mails al año para recibir información y documentación. ¿Y cuál es la solución? Evidentemente, Mojito 360. Somos una plataforma en la que todos y todos están conectados, en la que todo sucede dentro, toda la logística internacional se está gestionando dentro, la documentación y el cargador tiene visibilidad, independientemente del operador de transporte, de cómo está su logística. Esta es nuestra página de aterrizaje, nuestra página de inicio. ¿Qué buscamos? Básicamente que el departamento de logística se siente y sepa si hay cuellos de botella, si tiene alertas, cómo está funcionando su logística, en un solo vistazo. Para que se hagan una idea, esto es como veía uno de nuestros principales clientes su logística hasta que llegamos nosotros. Esto es como lo ve hoy. Le estamos poniendo ojos y cara a su logística. Estamos brindando información de forma intuitiva y accionable. ¿Y por qué somos nosotros los que creemos que somos los indicados para solventar este reto? Somos una spin-off de Romeu. Romeu es un grupo logístico, uno de los principales grupos logísticos de este país, con más de 900 millones de facturación, 2.000 empleados, 21 países. Nos han proporcionado know-how, networking, financiación. Es decir, nos han aportado velocidad y nos han permitido reducir los errores. Eso está haciendo que estemos creciendo así de duro y así de fuerte, gracias a un partner como el que tenemos. Esto es nuestro equipo. Principalmente, como verán, somos una empresa de software, con lo cual en la parte de desarrollo, de hecho, somos más personas ya, pero es que crecemos tan deprisa que no nos da tiempo a actualizar las slides. Nuestro business model, somos un SaaS B2B enfocado en grandes corporaciones, con un margen bruto de más del 86%, un ticket medio de 18.000 euros, un lifetime value por encima de 75.000. ¿Dónde está y dónde queremos llegar? Actualmente ya tenemos clientes en España, Chile, Perú, Argentina, Colombia, México y Holanda. Creo que no me dejo ninguno. Y nuestra estrategia es intentar crecer muy deprisa para ser barrera de entrada a terceros. Estos son empresas tipo que trabajan con nosotros, como verán son empresas del top mundial, lo que pone de relevancia que somos capaces de aportar valor a gente muy, muy relevante en el panorama internacional. Esto es un poco nuestra historia en números. Básicamente lo principal es ver un poco el crecimiento con el que estamos creciendo. ¿Y por qué estamos aquí? Principalmente porque a final de año abriremos una ronda, objetivo de unos 2 millones de euros. ¿Y para qué queremos ese dinero? Para desarrollar el modelo freemium, hacer inversiones en tecnología y, sobre todo, intensificar la batalla comercial, porque el pez rápido se come al lento y no el pez grande se come al pequeño. Principalmente lo que buscamos es escalar la compañía por encima de 8 millones de euros de facturación en 24 meses. Y poco más. Muchísimas gracias por la oportunidad y buenos días.
Muy bien, perfecto. ¿Te doy el feedback en español?
Sí, bueno, que sí.
Perfecto.
Perfecto.
Primer elemento, respecto a estos 2 millones de euros, ¿por qué cantidad de la empresa? ¿Qué tanto por ciento?
Esperamos llegar a las métricas primero, pero estamos en el entorno calculamos en el entorno de un 15%. Queremos llegar al 1 millón de RR a final de año.
15% por 2 millones.
Correcto.
Por tanto, el valor actual de la empresa...
Está sobre los 12 millones.
12 millones, bien. Esta
No actual,
facturación-
digo cuando abramos la ronda.
Vale, perfecto. Y después, respecto a los 8 millones de facturación que queréis conseguir, ¿estos millones son recurrentes?
Recurrentes. Cuando hablo de... todos los números que hemos puesto son recurrentes. Tenemos ingresos por consultoría y tenemos ingresos alternativos que no los estamos metiendo nunca en la facturación.
Esto entiendo que es como software as a service, los clientes pagan y hay este ticket medio de 18.000 euros.
Es porque manejan aproximadamente unos 3.000 contenedores.
Vale, es el número. ¿Cuáles son las métricas desde la facturación? ¿Son el número de usuarios, el número de contenedores, el número de información?
Por número de viajes. Al final movemos tanto contenedor como aéreo como terrestre. Entonces, cada viaje para nosotros lo paga el cliente.
Bien. Y has hablado también, que me ha gustado mucho, claro, he visto dos tipos, empresas de logística y empresas usuarias de logística. Por lo tanto, tus clientes es todo el universo. Alguien que tiene que mover algo puede ser el cliente vuestro.
Correcto. Al final, a día de hoy, la visibilidad en logística lo es todo. Eso lo ha cambiado, pues lo nombramos a Amazon, lo ha cambiado el e-commerce. Y todos tenemos necesidad y creemos que es importante. Tanto las empresas que hacen logística como las empresas que son nuestro cliente tipo principal son los grandes cargadores.
Bien, una pregunta antes de acabar. 2 millones de euros, ¿quién ha invertido antes en vosotros?
Romeu.
Vale.
Hasta ahora estamos, estoy yo como founder, el equipo y Romeu. No hay nadie más. A día de hoy es cuando vamos a abrir a terceros porque ya hemos conseguido el Product Market Fit y creemos que es el momento de escalar.
Bien, ahora me dijo el público como masterclass. Nunca inviertan en alguien que no sabe su exit plan. Es decir, ¿cuándo va a salir de la empresa el emprendedor? ¿Y por qué tiene que salir la empresa el emprendedor? La idea es que uno invierte para desinvertir, porque si no es una lógica diferente. Por tanto, si yo te pongo los 2 millones de euros, ¿cuándo saldré? ¿Cuál es tu exit plan? ¿Dónde están las rondas?
¿Cuándo saldrás tú? No lo sé. Puedes salir cuando quieras, pero la idea es luego llegar a 8 millones, volver a levantar ronda, llegar a los 25 millones y a partir de ahí ya estamos en un estadio en el que tenemos que decidir si el camino, Dios quiera, fuera la IPO o si el camino es que terceros relevantes que hay en el panorama, que son competidores, estemos creciendo. Por eso crecemos en países complejos, crecemos en LATAM, crecemos donde no está creciendo nadie. Vale. De manera que cuando lleguen, que posiblemente sean ellos los que nos quieran comprar.
Gran lección. Exit plan puede ser salida a bolsa, como ha salido Globo o como ha salido, en este caso, Wallbox, que ha salido hace poco a Nueva York, o Merchant Acquisition, que de hecho esto es la gran bondad de lo que estás haciendo, que empresas maduras del sector de la logística, ¿cómo innovan? Comprando startups que han demostrado modelos de negocio funcionando. Por tanto, es más fácil absorber ese modelo de negocio que no absorber 1 kilo de inteligencia artificial aplicada a la logística, que eso es muy complejo de hacer.
100%.
Por tanto, bien, pues esos 2 millones, ahí yo creo que lo vas a tener fácil, porque con 8 millones de facturación recurrente vas a tener aquí cola. En cualquier caso, felicidades y un fuerte aplauso por la presentación.
Muchísimas gracias. Gracias a todos.
Por cierto, lo de Mojito... El nombre de Mojito, esto me suena muy a Cuba, ¿eh?
A ver,
una idea Habana.
A ver, es más estúpida la razón de lo que pueda parecer. Al final estábamos en un sitio, teníamos que decidir cómo nos llamábamos. Y algo que suene global. Y algo que suene global dijo uno Cosmos. Y hostia, es que Cosmos suena a cóctel. Y para llamarnos un cóctel nos llamamos Mojito. Lo pusimos en 6 meses cuando salgamos ya le cambiaremos el nombre. Nos hemos enamorado de él y no hubo manera. Y el 360 es el que intenta coger toda esa parte que queríamos al principio. La realidad es que estamos súper contentos porque nadie se olvida de él.
Bien, perfecto. Pues venga.
Muchas gracias.
Venga.
Gracias, Hugo.
Next.
Gracias, Josep Miquel. Masterclass a la primera de cambio ya. La siguiente en subir, the next speech is from Cristina Martín. She's CEO from Synco, and he has just been awarded with the best startup of this edition. So congratulations, first of all, and
Thank you very
all
much.
yours.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So good morning, everybody. I'm Cristina Martín, CEO and co-founder of Synco, a SaaS platform to synchronize global trade. First of all, I want to spend just 2 seconds to say thank you for SIL organization, because yesterday night we have been awarded as the best startup. And this and all the other funders can say that this helped us to go ahead and to continue developing the project. No? So our brand promise is to democratize the access to technology to any kind of company. As everybody knows here in this SIL, the problem is that the supply chain is very fragmented processes, and there are many stakeholders that are not connected in between each other. So the data transfer is not smooth, has a lack of security, and due to an inform of United Nations, the 20% of the transport cost is due to these inefficiencies. No? So if we take in account that the global market is a 10 trillion market per year, we have an opportunity of 2 trillion per year waste that we can improve. No? So to make the story short about Synchro, first of all, we started as e-customs. We have evolved from 3 founders to 23 Spanish people. The project is completely Spanish. We have started making a smart contract to skip a credit letter with a bank, but we have been including different processes and products like financing, insurance, electronic documents, and the connection within other platforms, like, for example, Simple, for the Spanish ports. No? We have also signed agreements with different consultancy companies, with the tax agencies in Spain that is already connected to the platform, and with different insurance companies. No? So the solution of Synchro reduce cost, reduce fraud, and also helps our companies to be more sustainable. No? This is very important because we are a global platform and we need to be multimodal, because the ship didn't arrive to the warehouse, and if you want to send something by plane, the plane is not going to pick up from your home. No? So we need to be multimodal. And also, we have selected blockchain because the supply chain has some pain points like are traceability, security, scalability, and also automation. And blockchain has another capabilities that are perfect to solve these pain points. No? That is immutable, is the more secure technology that are now available in the moment, and also is decentralized and can automate processes. No? So we decided to build Synchro, but based in 6 principles that are the main difference between the competence. We are a collaborative platform, we are global, we are interoperable with the systems that our customer has. They do not need to change anything in their companies. And also we are open, agnostic, and neutral. We are independent. We are not invested with an ocean company or with an air company. We need to be neutral to help our customers to collaborate in between themselves. No? Those are some of the metrics. The main one is that we have traded goods for more than 250 million euros. And also, we are digitizing from the academy. We have a sandbox that our companies and the students can use to know how those technologies like blockchain and artificial intelligence are working. No? We have evolved into a SaaS-enabled marketplace. We start as a SaaS, but we have included different products like, for example, insurance, financing, electronic documents, traceability, freight and customs, and also consultancy. And it's so easy to start using that you can, from our mobile phone, enter in our website, and in 5 steps, you can start using it for free. So I encourage you to use it from the beginning. Those are our customers and strategic partnership that we have already signed. And we started in Spain. Our big first customers was in Chile, but now we have records in more than 19 countries, including the space. We have made the traceability of 2 nanosatellites to orbit LEO. As I commented you before, we started as a SaaS, but we have evolved into a SaaS-enabled marketplace. And with this team, that is amazing, and from here, I want to share with them the prize, and with this advisory board that help us to have the correct strategy to go to the market. We are aiming to, I have no time, we are aiming to obtain our next round, that is $4.5 million, to evolve the product, to make a business development in other countries, like for example in LATAM, and also to start making things about IPR protections. So Synco is going to be the global marketplace, one-stop shop for our customers, and I want you to help us to do this mission. So thank you very much for your time. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, thank you, Christina. Very interesting. A big clap. Just for clarifying, who pays? Is the marketplace, or what is your business model?
We have two different lines of incomes. First of all, the SaaS, and the other, the marketplace. The only one who pays in our platform is the creator of the record, because I have been working in logistics for more than 17 years, and it's very difficult to put all the stakeholders in the same platform. It's almost impossible. So the one who opened the record is the one who has the governance about the record. So it's the one who pays. Okay. For example, if an importer opens the record and invite the freight forwarder or invite the airline company or the warehouse, they will pay for the record, and those stakeholders are completely for free. But as he pays, he decides which data to share and with whom and in a kind of moment.
Okay, good. And what this person pays for your service is a regular payment, or is it paid for use? How is your...
We have made different plans because, for example, small companies do not have many resources to make big plans, no? So only one use per 1 year is 15 euros. That's it. For example, if you have several shipments per month, you have different packages, and it depends of the amount of shipments you are going to pay a small quantity for this SaaS, no? And then you have the marketplace. In the marketplace, you only pay when you purchase, for example, an insurance, and freight, or a custom clearance process.
Good, good. About the investment, what are you going to do with this money?
Product development, and also we want to be in LATAM, and also we want to be in Singapore, so we need business development also. We have a commercial team, but we need a senior commercial team, because to have big leads at the end, you need to have a background in logistics, because it's not only to sell a technological software. You need to know the pain.
Yeah.
So we need to have a more experienced commercial department there.
Good. Last question about blockchain. Why are you using blockchain? What makes different blockchain instead other solutions that could be digital but not blockchain?
Yeah, I decided to use blockchain because for me, suffering the pain firsthand is the specific perfect technology for solving this pain. I'm going to put an example. For example, if you are purchasing an insurance and you have for some reason a pain with the goods, then you have to recover all the documents and all the data around the shipment to make the claim to the insurance company. In our platform, all the documents are recorded and also are hashed in blockchain previously to the shipment, so that if something happens with the insurance company has a completely transparent traceability of what has happened in the process. For example, if you load the container in good conditions, but after that it's a frozen goods, for example, and arriving to the port, it has been unfrozen and then frozen because the ship has stopped in the middle of the sea, you have very easily to show the insurance company that the container was in a perfect loading condition and the pain has passed in this freight, no? So for that, the insurance company that are in the platform somehow bonifies our customer for this insurance, so they can pay less than the 30% of the insurance policy that they are taking in account. So using blockchain, our customers save money. So for me, this use, for example, of blockchain is the perfect technology for the perfect pain.
Okay, good. Last question, exit plan.
Well, it's near.
Ah, good. Do you have?
I must say, the idea is to raise those funds, but I'm going to tell you a secret now that nobody is hearing us, that I want this tool for the sector. I think that the sector needs to have the governance about what we are going to develop, because this is global. We need to be connected with Singapore, with the States, with any kind of the world, and with any platform they want to be smoothly transfer the data. No? So I think next year we will have a partial exit for the logistic side,
Good.
and will be done before June, I guess.
Okay, good. A big clap, and congratulations also for the work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christina, and thank you for being one of the few women in this masculinized sector.
Yeah, you know
the
that
only one here this morning.
You know that logistics is a very male sector.
Step by step.
But I'm quite happy because this is not a barrier.
Okay. So thank you. I've been told that you need to be a little bit faster with your feedback because we are a little bit over time.
Okay.
So if it's possible, because all of them are fitting the time. The next one is Máximo Robles, co-founder and co-CEO of Sense. I think that he have a woman beside as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So, good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining in today. My name is Máximo Robles, and I'm co-founder of Sense. So, the way we currently buy is a mess, and it's a mess for shoppers, and it's a mess for retailers. On one side, you have shoppers who are struggling to connect with the products that they like due to the messy environment that there is. Every time there's more shops, there's more products, and there's more ways to buy them. You can buy them on the online store, on the physical store, on social media, and soon enough, you'll also be able to buy them on the metaverse. Now, this makes it really difficult for them to make a decision on the spot. And at the same time, there's still no unique centralized place where they can save all this information in order to transact, which ends up, in most cases, forgetting about that product. Now, this is a huge problem also for retailers who are losing money every single day because they're struggling to connect with these customers just at the right moment and are losing daily many of these non-impulsive purchases that are not happening. So how are we dealing with it as of now? On one side, shoppers are finding all sorts of bizarre ways to remember about the things they like. They take screenshots, photos of things that they like that end up lost on their camera roll. They save 1,000 products in 1,000 wish lists in 1,000 stores that keep up expiring. And on the other side, we have retailers who are investing heavily in ads and all sorts of platforms just to try to connect better with their customer and their customer journey. So that's the reason why we're bringing Sense into this mess. Sense is a platform that allows shoppers to save any product that they like from any store, online or physical, in just one single place, so that whenever they want, they can easily come back and buy. On the other side, we're helping retailers to connect with really highly qualified customers just at the right moment of transaction. So how do we do this? On the shopper side, we've created the first omni-channel wishlist that allows shoppers to optimize their buying experience when it comes to find, save, and buy whatever they want, from wherever they want. As easy as if you're on a physical store, you can easily take up your phone, take a picture, and save the product. If you're browsing online, you can easily share that product with Sense, and we'll gather all that information and save it. You can organize it your way, and whenever you're ready, you can easily come back and buy. We'll connect you with the online store or stores nearby that have that same product. For retailers, we are helping them bridge the gap between online and offline transactions by creating a unified sales channel that allows them not only to increase sales by connecting with really highly qualified customers, but also to understand better about their customer's journey. Through our platform, retailers are able to send offers and promotions to users who are about to buy, understand more about their customer journey, and also be more accessible and increase conversion to sale. So, if we look at the market, there are several players that are trying to tackle this problem. However, they have different approaches. What really makes us unique is mainly that we're multi-brand. Any brand can be saved in Sense without limits. We are truly omni-channel. You can save products from any online store or any physical store, which gives us the possibility of creating a really holistic and centralized solution for our users. Our business model is primarily focused in providing value and monetizing from the retailer side. We have a subscription-based model where we give up retailers access to our platform to the premium features discussed, and a transactional model where we take a commission for all of the transactions that are finally finalized in our platform. Our journey to date has been nothing than an adventure, and we're just getting started. We launched our app at the beginning of this year, and organically we're already seeing some really positive signs of traction. With over 2,500 users registered in our platform, more than 2,000 retailers, more than 5,000 products saved, and as of now, we're doubling down on user base month over month. Recently, we've also entered Lanzadera, and we're really looking forward for the next milestones coming ahead, like the launch of our desktop app and also the launch of Sense for Business in the next couple of quarters. None of this would have been possible without assembling a top talent team with co-founders and team members with high experience in the retail and tech sector, coming in from companies like Dropbox, LinkedIn, Job and Talent, and Mango. We're also proudly advised and mentored by our first investors that have executive positions in companies like Amazon, Stripe, and Google. As we discussed at the beginning, the way we currently buy is a mess that keeps growing every single day as the number of shops, stores, and ways to buy products keep growing. We're bringing sense into this mess by creating a simplified solution that allows people to save everything that they want, but knowing that this is just the first step in a long journey to connect everyone with the things they love in one single app. Thank you so much.
Good, very good. Let me ask you, who pays for you?
The retailer.
The retailer. But the retailer has to pay for an annual base, independently of the number of users, the number of sales, or whatever? Is a flat rate?
So right now we have two business models. We have a transactional model by which when a user finally completes a transaction, we take a commission from that sale. But we are also monetizing from the software that we're providing retailers, where they get access to this data, access to the recurrent users that we're sending. That comes on a yearly basis, on a subscription model.
Okay, good. About investment, do you need money or not?
So thanks for asking. We're currently opening also our second round of investment. It's going to be 250K.
Okay, for what is the 10% of the company?
Yeah, so right now we're having conversations already with investors both nationally and internationally. It's going to be between 10 to 15%.
Okay.
Still narrowing down the details.
Very good, very good. At your exit plan, Globo will buy you. Who will buy you?
As of now, we're primarily focused in growing. As of exit plans, we expect, as we have really ambitious targets, like to go for an IPO or doing mergers with people experienced in the sector. As mentioned, our first investors are executives in Amazon, Stripe, who are deeply invested in this model, in this omni-channel model that is going to be the future.
Wonderful, very good. Thank you. Good lesson. The best money always is coming from the customer, not from the investor. Okay? Good.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Maximo. Thank you for your time. And for the following pitch, we have here Rafael Mendez. He is co-founder of Stoco. It's your time. Thank you.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello. Good morning. How's everything today? It's okay? I'm Rafael Mendez. I'm one of the co-founders of Stoco Logistics. And today is our birthday. Exactly 1 year ago, we constituted the company. So we're celebrating our birthday today with the team, and we are happy to be here in the SIL of this year. So what we do, we make available to the market, to the logistics market, to the customers, warehousing spaces everywhere in Spain. And they can dispose of these spaces, warehousing spaces, in a flexible and agile way, and always paying per use. I suppose this is for me. So right now we have more than 150 warehouses available all across Spain. These warehouses are external 3PLs. We handle them. We handle the operations and the goods of our customers in those 3PLs. And we provide there not only the warehousing, but also internal operations that could happen. And we do it as being the only operator. I mean, we are not a simple marketplace. We are not a marketplace. Beyond connecting a demand with an offering of Spain, we actually do all the management of the project. So we are the responsible of the goods and the merge with the customer. So we are the only one that actually is talking with the customer and solving their problems. And then we manage all the hassle of managing all the different 3PL providers that we could have. These 3PL providers could be mostly our core business, that are warehouses, and secondly could be other added value as transportation, customs, etc. But that goes by per project basis. And one interesting thing, you integrate as a customer only with me, only with the Stocko. And then automatically you get connected to the network that today is 150 warehouses all over Spain. And we are growing really fast in that matter because 6 months ago, we started to go to the market to market our solution. And we went from 0 to 150 in 6 months. So we are actually acquiring clients and giving solutions for them everywhere in Spain. So, but why all this is valuable? Why we exist? And you heard the news. Right now, Spain, Europe, the world is in maximums, historical maximums of warehousing occupation. It means there is less space available. So that is a problem that is in the sector. Second, the disruptions aren't going anywhere. Yesterday was COVID, today is Ukraine, tomorrow is going to be something else. And more and more and more are coming, and we know it. In the third place, for facing all these challenges, you need to invest more, or getting new facilities, overstocking, whatever. You perhaps are taking back your operations from China to Europe. You need more control on your supply chain, so you need more investment. This is another pain in the sector. Then, you need to be green. If you are a huge company, you need to meet all the challenges that we have for 2030 and 2050. You need to be neutral. You need to move towards zero emissions. But not only that, if you work for one of those big companies, they only are going to work with you if you as a provider are green certified. And there's a problem also that we're facing right now. So, but right now, what is happening? The traditional logistics, especially in warehousing, is the capacity is limited. The level of specialization is also limited. Okay, because there is a lot of warehouses or a lot of logistic operations, and they do well, mostly in some verticals, pharma, food, etc., etc. Okay, but when you need operations that sometimes need to be crossover different kind of logistics, that could be a pain. Then there are geographical limits. You have your own warehouses or your contracted external warehouses in places that you cannot move. But your needs are changing, and they're just changing super fast. You need to grow, you need to shrink on on-demand basis. You don't know how the environment and how the market is reacting, how it's going to react in the 40 years. And then sustainability limits, we know about this. Most of the blame of what's happening with the planning is on logistics. So we need to optimize that. So what we do, what is our solution? Our solution is number one, circular economy. With circular economy, we go to these warehouses that exist everywhere and make use of their spare space. I mean, whatever space they still have available, we make it available to the market. So that's why I can reach all Spain, hundreds of warehouses everywhere, because what I do is, whatever space they have available, I make it available for you through my platform and through my solution. Then flexibility. You need to be more flexible and agile to actually to be resilient. Then you need to play really clever. And if you do it, you're going to reduce costs. In what we do, you actually reduce costs, not in the core of what we do, that is warehousing, but locating your goods strategically in certain places that are more efficient for you, you automatically are taking off about 20 to 30% of transportation cost in the overall logistics chain. Then, related to that, if you distribute smartly, you reduce CO2. This is an example. In CO2, I'm sorry. This is an example. If you do a national operation here in Spain, and you change your model from centralized warehousing to distributed warehousing, you actually can reduce 30% of emissions. So more or less, we do warehousing as a service. We impact in decarbonization, and we are a team of 3 founders plus our team in different areas. One is specialized in logistics, another one is a serial entrepreneur in technology, and I am a business developer in startups. So thank you very much.
Good, very good. Very good application. Let me ask you about the business model. Who pays for you? If you don't have warehouse, I understand that you have an asset, I put in your platform, and you are managing it. How is it running?
Well, at the end, it's a traditional way. I mean, what we charge for? We charge for the inbound goods, the outgoing orders, and whatever space you are using. And we just do it in a pay-per-use basis.
It's a marketplace at the end of the day?
No, it's actually, why is it not a marketplace? Because we actually handle the project totally. So I pay to the warehouses, and invoice to my customers. So the customers only have a relationship commercial with me,
good.
Only one invoice, and everything is in the platform.
The bill is from you, and you pay the warehouse.
Yeah.
That's good. What is your competition? Because it seems that it's an easy idea.
Yeah,
what
sure
kind of barriers you have in front of your competition?
Yeah, here in Spain we don't have in Spain, but there are a company in France. There are 3 companies in Germany. One of them is more marketplace because they actually don't do the operation. We have 1 marketplace here in Spain, and the big players are Flexe and Store that they are in the United States.
Okay. Good. Very good, because competition could be an opportunity if they are in other countries that you can join in the second.
Sure thing.
For instance, if this is a software as a service, Ichazo del Palacio or other investors like Elena, Rico is investing, joining different companies here in the European platform.
Correct.
That's good. Very good, very interesting, and I hope that you will develop in a very fast way because you have to run.
We're in that. We're having fun. We're having fun, and we're happy with what's happening.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's go to the next.
Thank you, Rafael, and happy
and
birthday. The next one is Sergi Borja Gutierrez, co-founder from Yapi Yoda. Yopi Yoda.
Yo pido ya.
Yo pido ya, okay.
Yo pido ya, separado,
It's
pero
in Spanish, so we are talking in English. Yo pido ya.
Hola todo el mundo. Hello everyone. I assume everyone here has been to a restaurant, right? So let me start with some questions first. How many times you've been in a restaurant and they took a long time to serve you? Or you just wanted to order another drink and there was no one there to write it down? How many times you've been waiting for the bill when you were in a hurry to leave? I am Sergi Borja, co-founder at Yo Pido Ya. We have created the best platform that allows restaurant customers to order and pay from the table with their phone and without having to be attended by a waiter. Yeah, that's cool, but how did we come up with this idea? We started Yo Pido Ya to improve customer experience, as it came out of a personal need. But after all our journey, do you want to know who ended up being the biggest beneficiary? Restaurants. After all, we're allowing their waiters to stop taking notes and charging tables, which generates amazing benefits for them. The most relevant ones, we created a significant growth in their billing, an increase in their table turnover, and of course, the waiter's work, that is reduced by more than a half. When we explain this to the restaurants, they are always like, hey, how cool, but how much does this cost? How much does it cost? It's free. Zero cost for the business. No investments, no subscriptions, nothing. And not only that, as we're connected with the systems that manage their restaurant, they can get it automatically and fully integrated, without even having to lift a finger. So, if all this is free, how do we make a living? It's very simple. When a client pays through our platform, we add a low fee of 1.6% to the total price of their order. This way of billing is really appreciated by restaurants, as they are used to deal with excessive commissions that are taken from their own earnings. So, to make you an idea, how do we translate all this to our turnover? With UPDA working in just one single target establishment, we could be billing around 300 euros per month, considering that this restaurant practically doesn't mean any expense for us. So, how are we moving this? How are we selling UPDA? As we have really low economic resources, we have managed to create a special interest in companies related to the sector and involve them to distribute our product without recurring expenses. Currently, we have some agreements with a point-of-sale distributor, with a well-known coffee brand, with a franchise, and with a restaurant group. We're also growing our client list through our sales representatives and with a team for social ads. So, what's next for us? What's next for us? Right now, we have the product quality to match a smart commercial plan and consolidate ourselves as the top one brand for self-ordering in Spain. That's for sure what we are going to achieve next. But before going there, where do we come from? How all this journey has been for us? Me and Bernat, that is there, we've been working on this project for more than a year. And to reach the formula and business model that finally works, we've spent thousands and thousands of hours and loads of failed attempts and frustration. Even so, we have managed to hold out until we reach the solution. That's why now that everything is starting to look really good for us, we have no doubt that we will take this to the very top. So, why are we here today? We are here because we want to meet all of you, because in a very short time, when we have a good traction, we're going to be actively looking for partners and investors. By now, we would love you to come and visit us in this stand, in the Startup Innovation Hub section, and see you there. Thank you very much. Well, and see you now, better said.
Okay, good. A good clap, big clap, and congrats for your solution. How many customers do you have right now?
We started commercialization this second iteration of our business model, and we are actually with 10 restaurants, with one franchise, and we're almost with one group of restaurants. Yeah.
Good, very good idea, concept, pivot. Change the business model during the journey. The good thing is that you have a proposal, and you have to find the best way for selling.
Exactly.
Congrats for your application, and let's go to the next roundtable. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Josep Miquel, for your time, for joining us today. I think it's been very illustrative and educational, or your advices. So,
I am professor at the university. I am always teaching. Good. Okay, but also investor. Good.
Okay, thank you. Bye. And now it's time for the other pitch, the other turn of pitch. And for that, I want to invite here Matthew Somek. Matthew, are you here? He's having some papers. The next session is a pitch of scale-ups. Matthew, you have to run because I think that you have a flight.
Yes.
I don't know what time you have the flight, but
right after the session.
It's on your hands, so I only say that. The first one to make the presentation is Oscar Calaf. Is Esteban de la Torre. Excuse me. He is a VP of Sales at Internet of Things SL, so welcome, and 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Hello. I am Esteban de la Torre. I am VP Sales for Sensify, and it's a pleasure to show you our company. The machine here. Okay. Sensify is an engineering company since 2015, and we have office in Spain, United Kingdom, South Africa, and United States. We have a research and development department in Cordoba, and we operate with customers in Spain, UK, Asia, US, and South Africa. What do? We give solutions based in IoT technologies. We offer location, tracking, visibility, all the location and in real time for all the assets, vehicles, people, and indoor spaces and outdoor spaces. We give solutions, sensor solutions too, as like temperature, humidity, pressure, whatever you want. And we combine IoT hardware with IoT technologies. All kind of IoT hardware we combine and adapt to a customer, and we all the devices. What we do, we have a platform, an IoT platform, a software. In this software, we catch the date, the movement, and we offer to our customers dashboards, dates, all the information that they need to improve their efficiency or to make decisions. Okay. In a flash, our size, 10 years of experience, 35 customers, 30 people in the company, 4 countries, our own IoT platform, and our services. We do IoT consulting, RFID, sensoring hardware, blockchain too, and analysis and artificial intelligence. And we have right now 375 devices with different customers around the world. Okay. This is our IoT platform. Its name is Norn. We have developed this platform for years. It's one of our main differential value in the market. It's scalable. You can customize the platform for you, and we can adapt for every customer. Okay, different markets, different solutions. We have specific solutions for each market, and logistics and storage, health, hotel, agri-food is a great for us, industry too, rental, retail, and pallet transformation. We have package solutions, but we adapt for each customer, each solution, and we have demonstrated and validated solutions. We have knowledge and experience. We try with a lot of customers and a lot of implementations. And the market, IoT market is growing. All the information about this is a current information, and is a reality. This is only one source, but you can see what you want. IoT connectivity is growing. The mobile is flat. Is a real situation, a current situation. Our market, how we approach the market, is a B2B model. We have a direct sales team for customers, big customers, and we have an indirect channel. We are partners from Vodafone and Telefónica. They offer our IoT solutions for their customers, and we go with them to show all the possibilities that we can do. Our is a model SaaS, a recurrent revenues for our customers. We have right now important customers: Sevilla Football Club, Sevilla Football Club, or la Guardia Civil. Be careful. Okay. is a one. We want to expand our business around the world.
Of course.
We are a senior team, people. We are people who work motivated and for our project. And in a summary, we have a complete solution for IoT, for storage and logistics. We are owners of our platform. This
Esteban,
is
sorry, we need to finish because you are 2 minutes over.
We are looking for a new partners to accelerate our growth. And our company is going well. And we offer the chance to grow with us and obtain good revenues. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Esteban. Thank you very much for the presentation. Indeed, it was a little bit longer than expected, but I have the time for a question. I would like to come back to the solution itself that you are proposing to the customers. Can you precise us the way you define your company? Are you an IoT company or a visibility platform company?
How we do?
Yes.
Yes, our platform.
What is the best definition of your startup?
Yes, the visibility is that we do connectivity. We give connectivity to every asset, and the asset move free in your space, and we achieve the date in all the process, and you can see in a software exactly when it happens in each moment. Sometimes there is a change, you need to know it happens. The platform notify you exactly what you need to know. And we adapt in each market, in each industry, in order that the logistics managers can see what they need to see.
Okay, so you are selling a platform, a visibility platform.
Yes, yes.
You are competing with actors like Project 44, for example.
Yes, we offer our business is our platform.
Okay.
It's a SaaS, it's a revenues, recurrent revenues.
That's clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck for the next step.
In my house, only 4.5 were here. I just sorry.
Cosas del directo.
Cosas del directo.
Now it's time for Oscar Calaf, CEO of Hartman.app. Whenever you want. You need to be faster. Thank you. 5 minutes, remember, please.
Yes. Hello, I'm Oscar from Hartman. I'm CEO. Hartman helps shippers, carriers, and drivers. I'm sorry, no, this is not me.
No.
That's not the presentation. It's the next one. Hartman.
Okay, don't worry. I start. Okay. Yes. Okay. Hartman helps shipper carriers and drivers gain better visibility and control over their operations by offering digitalization capabilities. We don't say digitalization, it's a complex term for them. We sell it as we communicate. We communicate everything that happens in the chain. Okay, so everyone knows what's happening, how it's happening, etc., etc. Our motto is control its real-time visibility. But there's a plenty of control towers, so why are we different? Okay? Hartman not only offers control capabilities, he offers to management capabilities. So we have a little product, sub-product functionality for every one of the pains that our customers have. Let's put an example. If you have 4 hours wait time in your installations, okay, don't worry. We reduce it to 30 minutes in a week. Okay, this is our way. Okay, so this allows our clients not only to know the status of their operations, it also allows them to enhance them by introducing Okay. Specific features, okay? Time slot management, docs management, digital checkpoints, country reconciliation, the most suitable operator assignments, driver assignment, and go on and go on and on. These products allow us to modulate our sales message. So you know the phrase, no pain, no gain. So when we know the pain, we offer the specific product for our customers. Okay? The objective is to improve the sales process because we are aiming to a B2B market, so the business process is long, etc. We market as a software as a service. We are aiming to a B2B market. We are on the web and on the smartphones, etc., etc. We started the adventure 2 years ago. Okay, 8 months later, we introduced 4 client keys as a validators of the model. In December 21, they were happy. They were on production. They signed again our contract, so everything is happening, everyone is happy. And in January 22, we started the sales engine. We are on the market, we are on production. We have a very promising pipeline, and honestly, SIL has very good for us. We haven't signed a contract here, so SIL is perfect for us. And our business model, it is based in a fee per shipment. It's very easy for our customers to understand the cost of the solution over the cost of the product. So it's very easy for us to sell that. They are happy with that. We expect a strong growth in the next year. We expect 200,000 billing this year and 2 million the next year. The question is why this growth is so spectacular. In 2021, we introduced the Partners Portal. So this portal provides us multiplied our visibility per 7, okay? But now what we see is that we work with a lot of shippers, and you need to understand that a shipper have a lot of customers that are shippers too. So one shipper can have 1,000 shippers customers. So with our client portal, we improve our visibility for 300. Okay, so that explains that incremental growth and spectacular growth. Okay, we have an open investment opportunity right now. We have some of them, it's committed, but if anyone else is interested, you are very happy. I'm very happy to, don't hesitate to contact me to anything, okay? And that's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. Sorry for the problem with the slides. I would like to come back on the business model and more specifically on the question of the customers. Who are your customers? And they are the ones that are paying for the solution?
My customers, I have 2 types of customers, shippers and carriers. Okay? For me, shippers is better because the cake is bigger. And mostly it's because they are very digitalized. It's easy for me to explain the pains, to explain the gains, etc., etc. For the carriers it's a lot of, it's a very different work. They are in the prehistoric era, and it's very hard for me. But shippers and carriers.
Shippers and carriers, okay. I don't know if we have the time for another question, no? A short one. You mentioned the project to raise 250,000 euros. What do you want to do with that amount?
Okay, mostly expand. Expand, marketing, expand, and expand. I want to go to Turkey, I want to go to Europe, and I want to go to United States. Okay? So I need money for that, basically. Okay. In Spain, we are good. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Oscar, and excuse us for the technical problems, but as you said, no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain.
And now it's time for Adam Barbera, CEO and founder of Dost. Welcome, and it's your time.
Thank you. All right. It's time? Yeah?
Yes,
all right. It's all about money, right? So at the end of the day, that's all everybody cares about money. So now think companies, employees, time and money, of course, money, are the key resources of every single organization globally. So now think if they could have a digital brain that helps them to reduce time, to reduce costs, to be more efficient in order to stay innovative and competitive in the market. Those digital brain is powering enterprises to automate all processes and empowering the employees to be more valuable and productive. But of course, there is a lot to improve in an organization. So we started with finance and accounting vertical, but we are rapidly expanding to other use cases, like invoices, resumes, delivery notes, customer orders, and so on. Now, think about all these companies that they are processing large amount of incoming documents. They typically suffer from human errors, time delays, or inefficiencies while processing that data. And this is because they are doing it manually or they are using obsolete solutions. But at those, we have a solution. We have developed a software as a service to automate all processes and help companies to be more efficient, to reduce the time of processing, to eliminate the human error, and eventually reduce costs up to 75% by leveraging artificial intelligence for processing, data extraction, and automation. Of course, we compete in a global market where intelligent process automation and artificial intelligence is seen, according to Gartner, as a $41 billion opportunity in 5 years just in the finance and accounting vertical and here in Europe. We are a very complementary team. We have relevant industry knowledge, international experience, and we have been working together previously. So we have Nakash Abbasi, who is our CTO, and he's an expert in AI, and he was the former global AI lead at Tech Data. Fernando Martin is our CRO. He's a killer in sales. He built his own company and sold solutions to large enterprises, and he's the former sales executive at Tech Data as well. And myself, Adam Barbera, as the CEO, and the former EMEA Strategic Alliances Manager at Tech Data. Plus, we have a world-class board of directors and advisors, and we are eager to make those the next European unicorn. We raised some funds last year in July that helped us to achieve our MVP, sign 10 POCs with customers, and 6 paying customers, and just with a beta version. We were also invited to join the Microsoft for Startups program, and we eventually end up the year with 8,000 euros of annual recurring revenue and 6 customers, and we closed our pre-seed round. But this is just the beginning. So we are now building a team. We are 12 people, and we are at 32K of annual recurring revenue with 12 customers, and we want to close the year with 200 customers and 450,000 euros of annual recurring revenue. 2023 is our year for international expansion. We're going to go to the US, and we're going to expand to Europe, and we're going to launch the Those Digital Brain platform that we can tell you more about. Bill Gates once said that he wanted a PC running in every home. What we want at Those is a Those Digital Brain in every company to help human beings to excel. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. That's very interesting. I love the idea. The question of the documentation is critical for most of the business, especially for the supply chain and logistic industry.
Indeed.
Do you think that you can start by focusing on some verticals, or do you want to remain agnostic and speak with human resources department and other departments from different industries?
Right, so we started being agnostic, but now that we are getting into market more and more, we are seeing that there are some verticals that are typically more receptive, and logistics is one of them. But also construction and definitely manufacturing. Those are
sectors where a lot of documentation is still manual, and some of them still in paper.
Okay. My second question is about the partners you mentioned. You mentioned SAP. You did not mention Salesforce, but perhaps they are part of it. They are partners today. Are they part of your exit strategy for the company?
Maybe. I mean, we don't have really like, we don't want to be acquired, if you ask me. Yes. So we want to build a long-standing, profitable company and grow in the US. We'll see what the time tells. But definitely, we have already our solution in the Azure marketplace, so you can get that through Microsoft. And we are also partnering with, well, we have a partner strategy based on mainly the ERPs on the market, so the likes of SAP, Sage, Salesforce, we are talking to them as well. So being additional, a complement to these kind of solutions, it's key for our success.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Adam. And now it's time for the last of our pitches this morning. He's Adrià Quintana. Thank you for having listened to every one of them, and no problem. It's your time.
Thank you.
He's CEO of Defactic.
Okay, good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks for having us here. I don't know if you had the chance to look at the schedule here at the event, but a lot of talks during this fair were about how important is going to be demand and understanding what's going to happen for the successful of this industry. But basically, why all this predictive analytics trend and why today? Basically, every single company, we all have to estimate what we're going to sell in order to manage operations. The truth is, of course, there are other solutions out there, but they are pretty expensive and complex to use. Even though it's a really important topic, today, still 87% of the companies are still today using the spreadsheets. In order to solve or try to solve this, what we do and how do we do it? We gather internal information from our clients, basically from their ERP, and we merge it with external data, such as weather, tourism, calendars, and we've created our own models. Today we have 12 different models, and then with all this information, we're able to predict what they're going to sell for the next 3, 4, up to 12 months ahead. Then all this collaborative part here on the right side of the image, we allow our clients to share all this information internally among different departments, such as marketing, finance, production, or even externally with stakeholders such as clients, for example, or suppliers. Then once all these predictions, all these forecasts is consensuated and consolidated, then there's another different modules such as purchase recommendation, the production part, or even the logistics optimization that are based on this demand. A couple weeks ago, I was in Madrid at an ACOC event, and they talk about a study they made about the more prioritized projects. The good thing for us is that on the top of the list, with 86% of companies asking for it, was that they were looking for forecasting systems. Our business model, basically, we have two main revenue streams. The implementation fee, and then the monthly fee based on the modules they need. How are we going, how are we working to get our sales there? We have an internal sales team, then we also have partners, and we have some advisors that are helping us, putting the foot on the door. And the team, today we are 12 people. There's a couple of our team based in the US. The rest of us are here in Barcelona. As I mentioned before, of course, there are some big players. The good thing, again, is I already mentioned too, that 87% of the companies are still using a spreadsheet. It means that the gap of improvement, the market share out there is still huge. But why Factic? Why are we different? Basically, for different reasons, but we've spent a lot of time and effort to make our solution really easy to implement, really easy to use. And we've also understood that data for every single company is crucial. And understanding what are these external regressors that are going to really impact their sales are really important. So that's why we work closely with our clients to make this model optimization together with them. Just a little bit of our history. We started in 2019. That year, no revenue, just piloting with a couple of clients. During the 6 months later, COVID came. Of course, not the best of the scenarios. During COVID, we managed to get 2 more clients, making 225. This year, we're already working with 9 clients. We are estimating to close actually this year with 550K in revenue, and by the next year, the idea is to triplicate this number. We incorporate the company in Delaware. I was living and working there. That's the main reason. And we have a subsidiary here. We have a small office there in Redwood City and another one here in Barcelona. We've already raised 400K. And the idea by the end of this year is to start raising this, a bigger round. We'll see how big it's going to be. Basically with the main goal of growing commercially there in the US and also here in Europe, now that we have the product developed and working and with several success cases. And just to give you some examples, those are some of the clients that we are already working with and are getting the benefit of our platform. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. On the slide before, you mentioned a 2 million fundraising campaign with a roadshow on the Q2. That's almost the end of Q2. Where are you with this?
Actually, the idea is, the good thing for us is we don't need,
you need to raise,
we don't
accelerate,
need,
but you don't need.
Exactly, we don't need the money to survive, so we are a bit, positive, so okay. That's exactly, so that's a good thing for us, but of course the idea is we don't make all this whole project just to survive and, to keep going. We want to succeed, and that's why.
Okay, but nevertheless, with the competition you have in front of you, you have to accelerate. So you need the money.
Definitely.
My question was about the first customers you have. You mentioned 9 customers, I think, for 2022. Are they coming from the same industry? For example, I used to work with the shipping industry. For them, prediction is key. They have 2 weeks visibility at that time, and they are dreaming about having 1 or 2 months visibility. In your case, are you choosing to work with specific industry and to become the master of that industry, or do you again remain open to different type of customers?
So the idea we started just mainly focus on the food and beverage industry, because the benefits for them were bigger than for other sectors. But the truth is that we've seen that since the beginning of this year, we've been getting some people asking for our services. And we've seen that it's not only about the food and bev industry, it's basically about the CPG industry. They have the same issues, they have the same problems, and they are looking for the same solutions. So
and
that's
the
why maybe
are the same?
Sorry?
The artificial intelligence is exactly the same for the different industries?
No. I mean, the algorithms, the models are pretty much the same. What it changes basically are the regressors that we are using, the external data set that we're using. That's why we are growing also our team of data scientists, because we need to build this team in order to make it, more customizable for every industry.
Okay, thank you very much. Good luck for the future.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
to all of you.
It seems incredible, but we have fulfilled the schedule and the script. So thank you to everyone and each one of you, because indeed you have made it tremendously interesting. Mathieu, I don't want to steal you more time because I know that you have to go to the airport, but only to the entrepreneurs, take this opportunity. I'm sure that you are going to do it to seduce investors, and because maybe you won't have a better opportunity than that. And thank you to everyone.
Thanks to you.